Really poor children in really poor neighborhoods have no habits of working.
Sleep, you just like wait. You just go to sleep for like 5 minutes and you wake up again and your like stomach hurts and you're thinking, I can't sleep. I'm gonna try and sleep. I'm gonna try and sleep, but you can't because like your stomach's hurting and it's because it doesn't have any food in it.
And have nobody around them who works. So they literally have no habit of showing up on Monday. They have no habit of staying all day. They have no habit of, I do this and you give me cash.
Trouble is, job creation is so slow, it will be years before we get back the 7.5 million jobs lost in the Great Recession. American families have been falling out of the middle class in record numbers. The combination of lost jobs and millions of foreclosures means a lot of folks are homeless and hungry for the first time in their lives.
Sometimes when I don't eat, my stomach, you can hear like it's like growling, you can hear it.
Usually we eat macaroni or we drink water or tea.
My mom will sometimes like make food and then she won't have enough, so at night we'll just eat cereal or something. Other times my parents will fight about money because they don't have enough money to pay the food.
We have to sometimes take food from a church. It's hard because my grandmother's also out of work and we usually get some food from her.
You know the question, and I'm not going to ask it the way everybody else will ask it, but as it relates to the past and some of those personal issues that you've had, you've talked about how God is a forgiving God, and I'd like you to expand upon that as you went through some of those difficulties, how you saw God's forgiving nature in all of that.
Well, I mean, first of all, there's no question that at times in my life, partially driven by how passionately I felt about this country, that I worked far too hard.
In really poor neighborhoods have no habits of working.
Well, I mean, first of all, there's no question that at times in my life, partially driven by how passionately I felt about this country, that I worked far too hard.
They have no habit of staying all day. They have no habit of, I do this.
That I worked far too hard, and the things.
He's saying that he took his love for his country so seriously that he transferred it to a woman who wasn't his wife. But God will forgive him because he believes in a forgiving God. Thank God he believes in a forgiving God. He's got so much to forgive. But the other thing I want to point out here is there any evidence at all that Newt Gingrich believes in a forgiving God for anybody but Newt Gingrich?
Kind of embarrassing because the next day you go to school asking kids if they want this or if they want that. If they have cereal and they haven't opened it yet, you go ask them if they want their cereal.